Hello and welcome to an inspiration pop up today. Hi to South Africa, my dear Bridget. How are you?
I'm good. It's Friday. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm much better than last week, so I'm getting my energy back. That's really, really nice. And we have a wonderful subject for every one of you today, and this is how to manage difficult emotions. How do
Wow.
you do that, Bridget?
Life is one big roller coaster ride, and things happen which are not always within our control. And when we are faced with those difficult emotions, we have to carry on. I'm not saying that we don't want to, but we kind of have to carry on, and we've got to find a way to manage ourselves because our emotions are the drivers of everything we do, right? So if we don't find a way to manage them, we might not just get out of bed and we might not even be bothered. And so, with that being said, the first thing that comes to mind is around changing your physical state. And bearing in mind, managing different emotions, this is not about depression. This is not about a medical condition. This is about maybe you are going through something very hard emotionally that you need to manage. It's a very different thing. So, just to highlight that. So,
Or
with that being,
anger, no? Or something that doesn't feel so good. That's always the
mm,
problem. What do we do with things that don't feel good? You just push
exactly.
them aside, or I don't know, you can see many images of that, no? But what you push aside, you make pressure on it because it comes and comes and comes, and there will be a time that you have perhaps symptoms or you get depression or whatever because you press something, and that's not so good. So that's why coaches help to give room to
Mm,
emotions, and that's what we are discussing today, no?
yeah. Yeah. So, extreme sadness or anger, that kind of thing. Exactly. So, something that everybody can do, and that's change their physical state. So, that could mean yoga, that could mean doing jumping jacks, that could mean going for a walk in nature. But as soon as,
Or dancing, even dancing, yeah,
oh,
because it's connected to
exactly,
music and gives you another emotion. But you just move, yeah. I
so
can say I'm juggling, yes. It's also a movement, yeah.
exactly. So, as soon as you take yourself out of the state you're in, then you don't wallow as much because it's quite easy, especially if you're feeling very sad, to go quite in depth with the past and the future and just in all of that emotion. But as soon as you start doing something else, then you can change your physical state.
Right. Or the other thing would be what I know from my method. Okay, that is the point, or that this is the situation right now. I don't know, even if you lost a very good friend or whatever, but to feel the feeling, what is there at the moment without the story around. Because, like, if you are in the story around, you get sometimes deeper, the thoughts are running around, your monkey mind starts and all that. And just to sit with it, say, okay, how does sadness feel? My sadness. Even if it doesn't feel so well, but that you can bring it into a flow. It's called emotions, so that they move. Yeah, and so that you can bring that out. No? That's another thing. So feel it as much as you can.
Sorry, I was joking there. And the narrative. So, the narrative that you use. So, depending on the way that you explain something, can be very powerful. So, in other words, instead of saying, um,
Oh, I
can't think of
had
an
to do
example.
this and I had to do this and this person met me.
Exactly, exactly. So, oh, I'll give you an example. So, somebody cuts in front of you. So, you're driving and someone cuts in front of you. Instead of going irate because the person's cut in front of you, you say, that person's obviously in a hurry. So, something that I often say, which is going to sound a bit crazy now, but something I often say is maybe his wife is in labor. We don't know. They've got to rush to the hospital. And there's something quite powerful about changing the story because then your reaction is very different if you change the narrative of the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, and I ask myself many times, does it help now if I'm really in anger, or if I really, I don't know, shout at this person because he or she cut it in front of me? Does it help when I have now this emotion?
Mm.
If I take this, I don't know, this power of this emotion to be angry about this person, wouldn't it be better to put it into another direction that it can flow and can bring power to something what is useful for me? Nah? So, and
And to be
also always it's very good to breathe. Nah? If something happens and you are in a deep emotion, even good emotion or bad emotion, breathe. Yeah, because yeah.
but a deep but a deep breathing, not because I know I so often I will catch myself doing these little shallow breaths, and this is like a belly, you're breathing deep. They're so deep that you can actually your stomach is moving. It's not that kind of little chest, because that actually makes you more anxious. It's that the deep
Yeah.
breathing.
It's that what I teach every day at Logo, how to breathe in your belly, because it's interesting. You can do a little exercise. You just look like an astonished fish, like, and then the flow of your it works for people. They have never done the belly breathing. It works. You just say, you don't do because this is the breast one, and if you do the astonished fish, then it comes down into your belly, and you will see it in front of a mirror. You will see it like.
The belly go nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So just if you want to try it out, and also feel your feet on the ground, take something what grounds you, go into nature, stuff like that, and also be kind to yourself, no? Because if you talk to yourself like, oh, you should have done this, no, 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 then it's not a good feeling. It's a lot of pressure as well. So be kind to yourself and say, okay, it's like that.
And be able to express it. So, in other words, every Friday we say yes, we do a mental check-in, and we give a rate. We ourselves personally, not to the team, but we personally give ourselves a rating out of 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. And then it's a mental check-in of just. And for me, a big part of that is complete honesty and saying, this week was really tough for me, and it was one of the hardest weeks emotionally, and this is how I'm feeling. You don't need to go into the story, but it's very important to be very real and not to hold things back. I don't
Mm.
mean you have to, share
And
everything
then
with
you
you.
give an overall by the number. You say that was a hard week, and then you say, for me, it's really a two.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Because then it's
Very
just
nice.
expressing it. It's not trying to change it or making it anything other than what it is, but it's owning that you're not always going to be a 10. There's going to
Hmm.
be weeks where you might be twos and threes and fours and fives, and that
Mm.
just kind of is. Maybe if it goes on for too long, maybe you need to
To
find a
change something, but at this moment, and you're surrounded by people who can support you, that's also perhaps another thing. Surround you by people who are understanding you and who support you. No? And the last one, what I can also bring as an exercise is die fünf Guten, we say in German, the five good things of the day. You say it in the evening, but you can also do it within the day to yourself, write it down, or tell it to your partner, to your friend. What was a good thing today, and what happened to you? What
yes.
did you get? Because we sometimes have the intention to make the focus on the bad things, no? And it's so good sometimes when you realize, oh man, the day was really good because I managed this to do, and stuff like that. So the five good things is a very good exercise every evening.
Yeah, the gratitude. Absolutely. Gratitude is something that just changes your focus. And it's interesting because whenever I listen to any podcast around well-being, mindset, shifting mindset, gratitude is something that comes up continuously, consistently, to be grateful. Because
Right.
that,
And if you are grateful, you open your heart, and then it's a different energy. And this is so much fun. And if you like to be surrounded by our energy, then you just call us or join the call or give us a commentary under the video, and we are happy to help. See you next week.
have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.